I am back for another flight simulator video. Hopefully this time the audio is a little better. You can hear me. We've done a test stream with this, so it should in theory be working and you should be able to hear me over the airplanes today. So I am going to do something a little different. The last few flights I've been flying over the northeast Oklahoma area and over into the Texas Panhandle, places close to where I live. I figured today do something a little different, and this time I am going to Europe. I'm not going to a big city in Europe though. I am going to fly over Tulsa's sister city in Europe. It's called Celle, and it is in Saxony, and we are going to head there right now. If I can get the coordinates entered properly. I pulled them from Wikipedia. Hopefully I can just copy and paste with no problem and it'll work. But let's see. Alright, there we go. So this will take us straight into Celle. I don't know if any of these airfields are technically where I'm wanting to go. So I guess this time we'll just start in the air. Let's go ahead and put those coordinates in one more time. I am, as I have the last few times, going to be using the Icon A5. It is my favorite plane to fly. We're going to use, let's use live weather. Let's see what it's like. No, not live players. Live weather. So it is currently 6 o'clock in the morning over there. The sun should be coming up. We'll see. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let me make sure. Okay. There we go. As usual, I'm flying over a brand new place, so that's probably explaining a little bit about the long load time this time. You know, it's done this every single time. The initial download or the initial load screen is really, really bad. And then after that, it sort of calms down a little bit. There we go. Gotta make sure we're full screen with this. So, I looked up this town that we're going to on Wikipedia, and it is, I was expecting it to be around the same size as Tulsa, but it's not. It's actually much smaller. Why did the game crash? That has never happened once in the time that I have been playing this game. So let's boot this game back up. And we will try once again to take to the skies over Germany. Sorry about that if anybody's just joining us. Flight Simulator actually crashed on us for the first time. So we're just going to boot the game back up. I must have been doing too many different things all at the same time. Let's turn the controller back on. Alright. Which just means we're going to have to wait through all these load screens all over again. So, I guess we can scroll through Wikipedia here and tell you a little bit about the town of Celle. It has a population of 71,000 people, which is quite a bit smaller than the 350,000-400,000 people that we have in the Tulsa area. We actually have, I think in the Tulsa metro area proper, we have over 1 million people. But Tulsa itself has, I think, between 350 and 400,000 people. So, let's see. The first mention of the town was back in 985, so it is a really old town. Just interesting. They have a really nice looking castle, which if you saw on Twitter, that was the picture I used on Twitter to go with the post saying I was going live flying over Germany. So one of the reasons that I decided to take a flight over Germany was because I've been trying to get back into taking German lessons. I took it for 3 years in high school and then just sort of forgot about most of what I had actually learned in the class, and I've been trying, on and off for the last few years to get back into properly learning how to speak German. And I've been doing it now for about a month, I think pretty heavily on and off, pretty much every day. I'm using Duolingo, which I know is not the best. I think I've seen a lot of people complaining about the German module in Duolingo, saying it hasn't been updated in a while. But it's given me a good idea and a refresher of some of the stuff I had learned and then forgotten over the last 20-something years since I've been out of school. We're just going to start from the air. We'll go ahead and turn live weather on. And we'll just pick one of these airports here around where we're at. How far away is this? So that's a 4-minute flight. Yeah. Actually, I guess we could probably set this as our... No, I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead. I want to make sure we're actually flying over the city proper. And we'll use that airport should we decide to land. It's currently 6:13 in the morning. The sun should be coming up. So it should make for some pretty scenery and lighting conditions while we're flying. So yeah, I've had an interest in Germany ever since I took German in high school. And I took German because everybody around me was taking Spanish, which probably would have been the better choice, considering I lived in the panhandle of Texas and there's a large Spanish-speaking population in that area. And, now that I live in Tulsa, there's also a large Spanish-speaking population here as well. So Spanish would have been the smarter choice to take in high school, but I thought I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. I didn't want to take Latin or French, which were the other two languages that you could take. So German was the only other option. I decided to go with that. I really enjoyed it. And then I started learning about different places in Germany and the history of Germany. And so I've always just had sort of a fascination with Germany. We will go ahead. We are currently at 8,500 feet. So we might want to dip below the clouds so we can actually see something. No, don't get too fast there, Tony. Ah. Flaps are up. Let's go ahead. I want to get below the clouds. And then we'll kind of spin back around here and see what we can see. No, don't dip too far, too fast. Come on, plane. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll switch out to a third-person view. We want to keep descending. Woo. These clouds are really pretty, but I want to get below them so I can actually see stuff. So you can see down here the lights of the city. It's still dark enough that all the lights have to be on. The sun is coming up, which makes for a really pretty sky. We'll try to get down low enough that we can see some of the sights here of Celle. Why is the landing gear down? What? Seriously? we'll enter our coordinates in. We are going to go ahead and take off from this airport. And then we'll set that as our arrival. And then we just set this as like a waypoint. Yeah. Want to make sure to get right in there. So we're going to be taking off from Grossesmoor Airfield in Adelheidsdorf, and we're flying over to Arlo in Celle, which is where we want to be. So there we go. It's a short little 6-minute flight. We're just going to fly around the town because I'm curious to see what a small town in Germany looks like. And I like to go over and fly over the places, the smaller places that people don't really think about. You know, everybody, when they want to fly over Germany, would fly over Berlin or Dusseldorf or Hamburg or those places that everybody knows about. But like with the videos that I've been doing in the Oklahoma area, they're not those big popular places that lots of people want to see. But there are people that do want to see those places, and so I'm going to try to focus on some of the smaller areas, the places that people don't really think about as much. So we'll get in here. I do want to set the weather for live weather. It's not 6:07 in the morning there. Let's just bump it up a little bit. We'll say it's like 6:45 in the morning, which is close. It's about 20 minutes into the future, but we'll say this is good because I want to be able to see some stuff. And is this a... Oh, this is a little grass airfield. And rotate. And we're up. We are in the air. So let's go ahead and make our turn. I know you never make your turn this early, but we're going to do it because we don't really follow all of the rules of flying at the moment. I may at some point get into that and do a lot more realistic stuff, but for the most part, I just want to get in and fly around and see some of these places that interest me. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm not trying to climb anymore, so look at that sunrise. Alright, so let's start to open the camera up. Oh man, that is so pretty. So let's just see what we can see. I've never been to Germany, so this is the first time I'm getting to see any of it. Alright, we are coming up on my custom waypoint, so yeah, we are over the town of Celle. How's it going, chat? I'm really curious to see just how uh, the mix of older buildings with newer looks in a town like this, where some of these buildings are hundreds of years old and they're mixed in with some of these more modern buildings. So we're going to stay fairly low to the ground just so we can see what this looks like. This is one of those towns that if I ever got a chance to go to Germany for real, I would love to go to a town like this, especially because it has a relationship with the town that I live in, or the city that I live in. So I'm sure these people all love this really noisy airplane flying over their city. Man, just looking at the way the light glints off of the frame of the airplane as you're flying through, it just looks so good. I don't know what any of these sites are, what any of these landmarks might be. I know there's a castle in the town somewhere, but that's really all I know. And I have no idea where to even begin to look for it. I'm just going to take in the sights and see what this town looks like. So if we were going to land right now, that would be the airport that we would be landing at. But we're not going to be landing for a while. I just want to fly over the town. Like I said, it's a city of about 70,000 people. So, I mean, it's not a small city, but it's not a really big city either. We're just gonna look at some of these buildings. These buildings here look like they're older buildings. It's really pretty where the rivers come together. Like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten so far off course. I don't know if I could find my way back to where I'm actually was going to land. Or even if we're in the same city at this point. We could have ventured over to another town a few miles down the road, and I wouldn't know it. But that looks like that might be a castle. Let's I don't know if that was or not. It may just be a... So man, these European landscapes are really pretty. We'll head back over here towards our pre-made flight path and see if we can get back on track, and we'll... I mean, there's so many different places in Europe that we could go that are just beautiful areas to fly over. Say, like, what's this? We're going to turn this into like Zelda Breath of the Wild, and we're like, oh, there's a mountain over there. Let's go see what it is. Let's hop back out here into third person. This is definitely an older area. These buildings clearly have that look of that old European style. And this is a beautiful area. So, but yeah, and it's been really interesting going back and doing these German lessons on my own, because a lot of the stuff that I had remembered in or learned in school is coming back to me, and I'm able to finally build on top of that and learn some new stuff. So it's been really fun. And I just today finished the first set of lessons. There's like 9 introductory, not really introductory lessons, but first level lessons, and I took the little quiz to see how well I did after finishing all those, and it opened up the next set. So I've moved on a little bit, and I'm starting to learn some new stuff that I definitely don't remember from school. Okay, and so this is just another little grass airfield that we'll be landing in. So let's go a little bit east here, or northeast here of the runway and circle back. Look at that little pond. I don't think I'd have enough space to land the plane there, so we'll actually land it on the little grass airfield. Alright, let's go ahead and circle back. Oh gosh, come on. Let's get back over onto the actual... There we go, let's see, can I make the landing on a little grass airfield? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. And we're down. That was a fun little flight. Now the question is, would I have enough space to just take off from here? Let's find out. This is probably not going to end well. We'll see. It wouldn't be the first time I've crashed a plane, and it definitely won't be the last. Oh, oh, am I going to be able to do it? Oh gosh, can I get over the trees? Oh, I did it! I just had enough space to clear it. So there we go. Alright. Well, that was a fun little experiment. Now let's just go ahead, circle back, and land on the airfield again. Gosh, the lighting in this game is so good. Oh gosh, that was way too much, I know that. Landing gear needs to be down. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I definitely need to work on my landings more. But there you go. We are down. We are now in Germany. Problem is, I don't have a passport, so I might be in jail by the time you're seeing this video. So, well, there you go. That is a little German airfield in the small town of Celle. So, well, thank you for coming along on this flight with me. That was fun. I will do some more, of course, in the future. Looking forward to finding some more places that I've never been before.